My guy on my show that I work on, Speak, Paul Pierce, says that Lamar Jackson will never be the face of the NFL in a Baltimore Ravens jersey. Then we got a video, man. Check this out.
For him to be the face of the league, he got to get out of Baltimore. I think playing on the Baltimore Ravens, I know, but I'm just saying, he's going to be the face of the league. Because think about this. If Lamar was on Dallas right now, same accolades, he'll be the face of the league. He'll be one of the faces. If Lamar was on San Francisco, did the same things Purdy's done, gone to a Super Bowl, championship games, he'll be the face. With his statistics.
His window's passed. I'm just going to piggyback off Paul. His window's passed, in my opinion, to be the face of the league. He's never was. His MVPs, the first one, I give it to him. The second one last year, I think it was a very, very subpar performance for an MVP candidate or winner, in my opinion. And it doesn't put – like, nobody's sitting there like, oh, there's an MVP. Like when Mahomes won it or Aaron Rodgers won it 3 of the 4 years, he was on a roll. He was putting up ridiculous numbers. Numbers, not just winning game, all the shit we want to use. Numbers. MVP, at last I checked, Smitty, meant the best player, individual player on planet Earth. Lamar didn't even have half the stat line Josh Allen had last year. So if we're going to just break down overwhelming, underwhelming performances on MVP level guys, and we really look at Lamar as like to me, I look at Lamar like, you know what, he's a great freak of nature walking among mediocre quarterback play. And I think we're putting him on a bigger pedestal than he deserves to be. But I love the kid, great character kid, freak of nature. I just don't think he's that good of an NFL quarterback to be saying he's the face of the of the league. I wouldn't put him on the face of the league over Josh Allen, Mahomes. You know, how many quarterbacks can you still stay? Like Aaron Rodgers is over. His face of the league time's done. Burrow got hurt, in my opinion. It cost him because he had a Super Bowl right out the gate. You're talking about the new thing. Burrow's the next face of the league. Lamar just kind of is as a big name guy like he is. He's kind of, I could be wrong, but I don't believe that the fan base really looks at Lamar like he pops out, like he's the motherfucker. Like, I don't know. I think Deshaun Watson was on his way. You muted, Smitty. You've been muted for a while. I hope you weren't talking this whole time because I don't know.
The whole time I was talking that whole time. So like part of that is also like to your point is the NFL and the media not pushing Lamar, like not putting him out there as the
I
face.
don't know. ESPN sure does.
Not to the left, but not to, what I'm saying is these leagues, and you know this, NBA, NFL, etc., they kind of pick their trophy and who they want to be the representative of their league. Now, of course, you got to win. You got to be like there's things that you have to do on your end, but out of the pool of guys who could possibly be the face, I feel like they push certain people ahead. Now, Mahomes, of course, he should be the face. Come on, it's obvious. 3 Super Bowls, duh. Nobody's questioning that. But in my opinion, as you're going down your list, after Mahomes, there ain't no clear-cut guy that should be in front of Lamar Jackson. You can argue Josh Allen if you want to. But to me, it's like Josh Allen, Lamar. Like, they both, like, right there in that same exact room. The exact same room. Mahomes is by himself, and then Josh Allen, Lamar is right there. I don't see who else should be ahead of him. You know, I don't think nobody else should be. But I agree with you. I think he's past the point of being a face. Even if he goes out and wins a Super Bowl this year, like, it's just too late. Like, Mahomes done too much. They've already chose who the face is going to be. That's who it. Unless Lamar goes out here and wins 2 back-to-back or something crazy like that, I just don't. I don't see it either. So I actually agree with you.
What are you like? Here's my thing. Like, statistically speaking, Lamar doesn't pop out over half the league. There's half the starting quarterbacks in this league have better statistics than Lamar Jackson every year.
But now, I don't know if that's true. Number one.
Well, I just want to say though,
like,
you're only
judging of statistics, not just like everything. I don't know if that's true. Number one. Number two, I'm looking at what my eyes do and the impact that Lamar has on his team winning.
And I'm doing the same thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you tripping. You don't know football no more. You done lost your touch, JB.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm evaluating a quarterback as a quarterback guy, and I'm like, this guy's.
All right, so tell me every quarterback is better than Lamar Jackson right now. Go.
Every quarterback that's better than him?
Yep.
So let me ask you first before I answer, though. It's real easy. What are you judging Lamar Jackson as if you're saying he's this top guy? Like what? Because he wins regular season games?
Greatness.
Greatness? How is it greatness? He hasn't done anything great.
Two-time MVP, multiple-time All-Pro. Yes, he wins a ton of regular season games. He needs to get better in the playoffs, just like my guy Peyton Manning needs to get better in the playoffs. But my eyes work. I know what I see. He's won big-time games. He makes an AFC Championship game. The guy ain't even been in the league a decade yet, and he's a quarterback. Quarterbacks have a long time playing this game. So my point is he still has room. If he – listen, all you got to do is win one Super Bowl. That's it. Aaron Rodgers has won one Super Bowl, and we put him on the – some people got him on a Mount Rushmore. It's cool. I don't complain about that. I love Aaron Rodgers. He's amazing. He's one of the best throwers of football I've ever seen. He has one ring. He won Super Bowl. That's it. So you got to think about it. Every other year since 2010, he ain't been back. But we still say he's one of the great. Why? Why? Because our eyes work. So with Lamar Jackson, my eyes work. As an overall quarterback, he is amazing. He is. He's not amazing just throwing the football. We get it. We talked about that all last year. I get it. But overall, what he does as a player from the quarterback position is greatness. And the Ravens would not be who they are without this man. So when you are a top team in the league every single year and you're the best player on that team, what the hell am I supposed to do?
All right, so look, the chat comes at me because if I ever thought a black quarterback was any good, blah, blah, blah. No, they're all shitty. You fucking idiot. Number one. Number two, let me just be honest. Cats can't handle the truth. They turn it into a race card game. Like, what?
Ignore the chat. We know you're not racist, JB. Come on.
But I want to be honest. Like, what black quarterback, if you want to take it to race, are you going to put over Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees,
Patrick Mahomes is above Drew Brees?
No, I'm going back. If you heard the names I mentioned, I'm not talking about right now. I'm just saying at that time, go back and
we didn't have a lot of black quarterbacks.
What do you mean? We've had all kind of black quarterbacks. What are you talking about?
Majority up until this point, majority of quarterbacks have been white. Up until this point, majority. I didn't say we understand Doug Will. I get all that, but majority still. You look at the total league, who has been white. That's a fact. That's not even like an argument. So
okay, timeout.
We don't have a large pool.
Okay, number one. I'm not gonna get into a race thing because it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about race at all. But I'm saying, but like, if you're gonna ask the question of who, I'm like, that's not a fair question because majority has been white. So like, that ain't even like a fair question. This is the most black quarterbacks we probably ever had ever, like at one given time.
Then they're making my point then. So anyway, so I got less blacks to choose from, more whites to choose from. Is what you're saying?
Right? Historically, we've had more white. We've had more white quarterbacks. Yes, that's what it's been historically up until this point. It's time to shift now.
I remember a lot of black quarterbacks in the NFL. I remember when it was Donovan McNabb, Dante Culpepper, Mike Vick, Warren Moon. I remember like about 10 black quarterbacks were starting in the NFL. This was way back. I don't know about y'all.
The fact that you gotta like the comments you made. I remember a lot of black quarterbacks. It's just like saying, "Yo, I got a black homie." Like,
see, I think you're turning it the other way. I think it's you thinking that it's that way.
So hold on, all right, no, for real, John, I'm not like arguing with you. I'm asking a straight question. You're telling me that it's been just as much black quarterbacks as white quarterbacks historically in the NFL.
No,
not even close though. It's not even close. So that's literally all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing else.
All I'm saying is of those black quarterbacks, which one were better than Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers? See what I'm saying?
But of any race, of the other whites, who's better than that? What type of question is that? That's like saying of you're taking the best quarterbacks ever. Like you're taking Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, who's on my Mount Rushmore. Like, so I don't. I guess explain to me what are you trying to prove? Like, what are you saying? Because now I'm confused. I don't know how we even got the race in the first place.
I'm just addressing someone in the chat. What I'm saying,
fuck the chat. Not everybody, but the people who control.
What I'm saying is, you compare Lamar Jackson to Aaron Rodgers, not racially, but you're just comparing the two, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! 4-time MVP, deserving MVP, and
2-time deserved. Stop, bro! I'm not let you do that.
Hold on. No, best ball spinner of all time. Best ball spinner of all time.
Best dual threat quarterback of all time, Lamar Jackson. Keep going.
No, he's not. He's not better than Michael Vick. Stop.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Vick will tell you that.
Smitty, your eyes don't work then, homie.
I mean,
your fucking eyes don't work. Don't tell me your eyes work and they don't. So Lamar Jackson can throw the ball like Michael Vick?
How many MVPs did Vick win?
It don't matter. Look what happened.
It do matter. I'm asking you a question. How many did he win? It do matter. Hold on, homie. You're not gonna say Aaron Rodgers 4 MVPs matter, but Lamar's 2 don't matter. But then Vick, you all over the place right now, homie. Do they matter? Or they don't matter?
No, I don't. I'm not all over the place. You know what I'm all over the place with? Why RG3 got a fucking job at ESPN, homie? Maybe because he's a DEI hire. And
he don't have a job at ESPN. He got fired.
Yeah, no shit.
Next, try again.
Maybe
no DEI hire. Stop that.
Hold on. Maybe we push the narrative that Lamar Jackson really isn't as good as he is, but we push him on the media that he is.
Or maybe he is great, and we got people who's old school who played quarterback in the fucking 90s and only care about 5-step dropbacks and 7-step dropbacks and can't get past what they fucking learn and can't understand it's a new generation of quarterback and is stuck in their old ways and on the porch and they're hating because they're seeing somebody do something that they could never fucking do at the same position. So they're finding a way, instead of sitting back and supporting and congratulating the greatness, they sit back and they hate on that guy. Maybe that's the answer, homie.
Is Lamar Jackson better than Warren Moon?
I'm not answering that question. I don't know. I really don't know.
Is he better than Randall Cunningham?
I don't know.
Is he better than Steve McNair?
Yes. Overall, yes. I watched Steve McNair, so
is he better than Donovan McNabb? To this point, right now at 7 years in, is he better than Russell Wilson was at 7 years in?
At 7 years in, ooh,
is he better? Is he better?
He's better than Russell Wilson. Yeah, he's better than Russell Wilson 7 years in. Yes, Russell Wilson had when we talk about the top 5 defenses of all time, we put that defense in there. So Russell Wilson got a Super Bowl win. Russell Wilson,
who's defense?
That's Seattle. I'm saying in the argument, the fucking that Seahawks defense was an all-time defense, like an all-time all-timer.
The Ravens haven't been?
Not to that fucking level. Lamar Jackson ain't playing on defense to the fucking Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, fucking Cam Chancellor. No, last year defense was not. They were really good. They were not.
He's better than Russell Wilson. Lamar Jackson is better than Russell Wilson. Year 7, homie. 2-time Super Bowl go-to, 1-time winner. The best deep-ball thrower in NFL in 7 years. And
you asked me a question. You asked me a question.
That just tells me how fucking your eyes don't work, homie.
No, it don't.
Like, holy shit.
They work perfectly fine.
We got to be able to debate quarterbacks better than this if you're going to always say that Lamar Jackson's the best.
I don't always say nothing. He ain't the best. I like Josh Allen's better than him.
You just compared him to Aaron Rodgers, homie. What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
I hate when you do that, JB. Anytime I bring up another player, I'm not comparing them in the sense that I didn't say Lamar Jackson throws the ball like Aaron Rodgers throws the ball. Come on, homie. I'm saying we judge certain guys differently. That's why I brought the name up. I didn't compare them like they're the same guy. Come on,
but you said better out your mouth, homie. I didn't say it. You said it.
What?
You said he was better out of your mouth. I didn't say it. You said right now, you said Lamar Jackson's better than Aaron Rodgers.
No. Hold on. I didn't say that.
Everybody, we heard it all. What are you talking about? You compared those two and said, right now, I'm taking Lamar Jackson over. And you named the list of guys. What are you talking about?
Well, right now, hold on. Tell me, we all over the place. I asked you to name me the quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson. And you never named it. You hopped all over the place.
No, I was talking about the guys you mentioned, and I was going in order. So that's all I was doing. I'm gonna get to my guys, but we're talking about the face of the league, and I said we're past it for him. And you said
in my response was, I said Mahomes in terms of face of the league. Mahomes is in his own space. But I said in the next room, I said Josh Allen, Lamar are in that same room. I said you could argue, but those guys are in the room. You said Aaron Rodgers is past being the face of the league because he's old, which I agree. He's fucking 40. He can't be the face of the league at 40. So that's literally all I said.
All I asked you was what black quarterback was better than Rodgers, Brady, and Manning in the era I was addressing a fucking chat boy who was calling me racist.
Probably nobody, because I could argue those were the top of that era. Those are the top 3 quarterbacks.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So why would I say there's a black quarterback better? That's my whole fucking point to this thing, homie. Like, that's why not you. I'm just saying that was my whole point to this whole black and white conversation. Why would I say there was a black quarterback better than those guys at the time? That wasn't fact. The 3 white boys were the best at the time. So why would I? So how is it a race baiting situation? Not to you, to the crowd. So that started this whole.
That's probably why I was confused because I didn't see the comments. So that's probably why I was confused.
So that's what started this whole conversation. Then you went to Aaron Rodgers, Lamar. You take Lamar over him right now. Blah blah blah. And I'm sitting there like, dog. Lamar Jackson is not even better than C.J. Stroud right now. Like over years, maybe, yeah. But right now, my eyes work too. C.J. is a better quarterback and he's going to live longer in this football NFL season than Lamar Jackson will. I'm just telling you right now. I said it last year as a rookie. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, we said a lot right there. My fucking brain is all mushy right now.
But you're not very smart.
No, I'm smart, but we said like 7 conversations within that topic. So
well, we address the chat, and the chat is dumb sometimes when they say, "Oh, you ever see any good black quarterbacks?" Yeah, I've seen a lot, but they weren't better than those 3 at the time. Shit, like I don't understand why it's always about race. No, the best quarterback at the time was Tom Brady. I mean, really, when we want to talk about it, there's no other discussion to have about it. Like I don't really.
The quarterback in the league now is a black man, so it's not big of a deal. It's what it is.
Number 1 quarterback in the league right now is Patrick Mahomes. Like we want to make
it is right. Like
Joe Burrow had his run to be the face of the league because he was beating Mahomes 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4, and he got hurt. He lost the chance to win against the Rams. He got hurt after that. They haven't been back, so his face is gone. That's the original topic of the discussion. Getting back to level playing field here. Then I said Josh Allen hasn't won any meaningful games yet. Can't be the face of the league, in my opinion. Statistically, yeah, he can. Figuratively, he hasn't won a Super Bowl or legitimately or to legitimize his name. I don't believe he could be. Justin Herbert hasn't busted a grape in a fruit fight yet. Trevor Lawrence, we don't know if he's a bust yet or not. And I'm just talking guys that have been paid. We know Daniel Jones is not a top echelon guy at this point. We know Tua. We can talk about Tua. He got paid, though, Smitty. Tua got $12 million. To me, no way in the world that he's going to be the face of the league. Mahomes, even though he's continuing to win Super Bowls, is he the face of the league? I would probably still say he is. I don't know. Like right now, I would say he's the face of the league. Lamar, I don't think can be. I think he's 7 years in. He hasn't won yet. Even though Peyton Manning didn't win until year 7. I get all that take that you make. But at the same time, I don't know. I think Peyton Manning was the face of the league, though. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Brady were going back and forth as the faces of the league. I don't know if Lamar can ever get there. And to Paul Pierce's point, where this started this whole conversation, Baltimore is a tough draw, being in that upper northeast DMV area as far as marketing, as far as, eyes on you, all that shit. It's not in the middle of the country like Kansas City where you can bring a Taylor Swift from anywhere and bring her up and blow it up and blow Kansas City. Baltimore is in a rougher environment, let's be honest. Not a big draw nationally, media-wise. They're not New York. They're not L.A. So I don't totally disagree with Paul Pierce. I don't. Miami would be the place for Lamar Jackson. I think Miami would blow him up.
Being back at home, yep.
That market, that color energy, pop, the uniforms pop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Swag of just Miami, just the history. Yeah, actually, I feel you on that. I feel you, man. But yeah, shout out to Lamar Jackson, man. He gonna ball out tonight, man. I'm definitely gonna look at some go to Prize Picks or Bet Online and look at what they got for his own some prop betting on Lamar and winnable.
Lamar hasn't reached Russell Wilson status in my eyes yet, because Russell was the all-around quarterback to me. He was the well-rounded at the time. Now, right now, no. I'm saying at year 7, Russell Wilson could have been argued the best quarterback in the NFL, bro.
No, it was no argument. I like Russell a lot. He's one of my favorite players.
When he was in those 2 Super Bowls,
you put him above Brady.
I'm saying at that time, even Belichick came out and was like, this Seahawk organization, the way Pete Carroll has it going, is in the top echelon of the Patriots.
Pete Carroll's a bad boy. And that defense was a crazy defense. I think listen, y'all, go ask his teammates how they feel about Russell Wilson. Any of them. Ask any of them. All of them came out. All the main guys have came out and has spoken negative about Russell Wilson and saying he wasn't all that in it. Now, again, I'm not saying what they say is the Bible. I don't think it's 100%. But that defense carried that team, and Marshawn Lynch as the running back, point blank.
I think your argument is really out there when you say that the Seahawks defense carried that offense. That offense was really fucking good, number one, way better than Baltimore's offense. And Baltimore has had a defense that's carried Lamar Jackson much more. Even though the Seahawks defense was better, I'm not going to say the two defenses weren't the same. I get it that the Legion of Boom is one of the best defenses ever. Okay, I get it that the Ravens defense also won a Super Bowl for Trent Dilfer with Ray Lewis. Okay, but listen, Lamar Jackson wins a lot of football games because of that defense. Let's bring in our special guest, our Thursday sensation. You'll find him on the Jason Whitlock Show every single day going forward, September 9th, early in the morning, 8 a.m. Pacific. And he's on the 3 Knockdown Rule with Mario Lopez, best boxing show on planet Earth. Knower of all things. He does Steve Kim's Hidden Gems right here on the Coach AB Show. Steve Kim, bring him on in.
My guy, Steve, how you doing?
Morning, fellas. What's going on?
Got the U shirt on all the time.
As always.
Steve, let me ask you right out the gate of this argument, put this argument to rest. Year 7 to year 7. You got Lamar Jackson even close to Russell Wilson this stage of their career?
Well, statistically, he probably is. Look, Russell had a great, I would say, decade where he was headed towards the Hall of Fame. The last 3 years may get him out of the Hall of Fame. He may have that yellow jacket ripped from him, and now his historical legacy seems to be on the line. But
you can't take the Super Bowl away. You can't take the Super Bowl and 2 appearances away. Lamar's yet to even sniff
defense.
I don't disagree with you, but that throw that he made that was picked off by Malcolm Butler, shame on Pete Carroll for getting an agenda in the way. That ball needed to go to beast mode. That is one of those times where you say, all right, Marshawn, we're giving you the ball 2 more times. We're just going to die with our boots on. I believe, and they'll never admit it, and there's been a theory they didn't want beast mode to be the face of the franchise and the score. Shame on you, Pete Carroll.
Hey, Steve, you're a historian.
Thank you, Steve, for bringing some education to the show. I remember our Seattle fan, Bailey.
I remember watching that thinking, Pete Carroll, you son of a bitch. You just ruined your franchise. That reaction of Richard Sherman.
He was like,
that's the dumbest call.
You're a historian, though. Let me be honest. You're a historian. Just think back. Tell me a shootout Super Bowl that I'm forgetting about, because very few and far between.
Well, there was the Eagles and Patriots.
Hasn't a great defense won every damn Super Bowl?
Eagles, Patriots, Falcons, Patriots, the overtime game. They scored.
No, generally you need to be a good defense.
Smitty. Come on, man. It was 28-3 at one point. You're telling me the defense wasn't playing?
At one point, but what was the
I'm just telling you, defense wins championships. Last time I checked as a coach, defense wins championships. All the games that I can argue that your argument is about Lamar Jackson, defense has been a huge part of that. So has Patrick Mahomes' defense in Kansas City. We're going to just pass that by?
No, there's no – look,
come on, man.
Defense is important, but we are talking – you were asking me specifically about Russell Wilson. I used to be his biggest fan. But as soon as he started hanging out with Ciara, I was like, okay, you're becoming one of them. I'm just telling you, I want my quarterbacks nice and suburban and boring. I don't want to hear about you going to white parties. Like when Burrow does that shit, I'm like, here we go. Here we go.
And my main thing is, once we saw Russell become the face of the team, right? I'm talking about post Super Bowls. He had some decent statistical years for sure. Don't get me wrong.
He did, but Smitty, it is a problem.
But the team wasn't the same.
It is a problem to me because this is a game played by humans. It is not played on a spreadsheet. It's not a video game. And the analytical guys have never understood this. This game is played by men.
Yep.
Okay. But when a guy like Marshawn Lynch is saying, hey, I need to get in touch with Russell. Oh, well, here's the number to a secretary who's going to get in touch with his person who can then link you up on a comp. No, that's not my quarterback. That quarterback has to be able to relate and to touch every part of that locker room, whether you're the star receiver, whether you're the best defensive player, whether you're a long snapper. You better be that guy that has some sort of relationship and can relate and be relatable. That is where Russell lost it. He lost it. He used to be a really humble, nice guy. But as soon as he got out of the suburbs, oh boy, you saw what happened. It's not a coincidence. It's not.
And that's why you agree with me, Steve, and we would pick Lamar Jackson over Russell Wilson. But I digress.
He seems to be more relatable to the whole locker room. I don't think there's a question about that.